Yeah, yeah. We just chillin' and vibing. Good conversations with good people. Oh, good conversations with good people. Yeah, yeah.
Welcome to another episode of Chilling and Vibing. We got a true baller, Mr. T. Watts, Tauris Watson. What's going
Hey
on, man?
man, what's going on, Larry? What's going on, boss man? Long overdue, ain't it?
Hey, we here now.
I'll go get
We here now. Hey, we chilling and vibing.
always.
So, Tauris, man, where you from?
So I'm from Lexington, South Carolina, but my peoples they from Batesburg, South Carolina. So I'm a country boy, man.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
when,
yeah, yeah.
so when did your basketball journey start?
Man, bro. My dad put a ball in my crib when I was coming home from the doctor, man. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations, you know. My dad always played growing up. He went to USC Aiken and he played. So I've been around the game all the time. You know, I grew up around a athletic family. You know, a lot of people on my dad's side and my mom's side played football and basketball. So, you know, I was a dual sport athlete growing up as a kid. But I really started diving into basketball for real when I was about like nine, like eight, nine. That's when they really started like throwing me in like the little kids leagues, and you know I'm going with dad to the pickup runs, trying to see what's going on, go and see what's shaking and all that good stuff too. So yeah, round eight or nine, round eight or nine.
So besides your dad, because you saw dad hooping growing up,
Yeah,
who was who influenced you to want to play basketball?
damn, bro. Just like a lot of players in South Carolina, you know. I know we talked earlier, but I had so many like role models and guys that I looked up to, whether it was from my hometown or whether it was my family, whether it was players from South Carolina, you know, like the Seventh Woods, the Sendarius Thornwells, the you know Devontae Schulers and you know everybody in that caliber. So it's been everybody, man. You know, I was a big LeBron fan growing up as a kid too, so you know that played a huge part as well. But just watching the game all the time, man, I fell in love with it. I was a street ball fan at a young age too. I was introduced to street ball at a real young age. So Hot Sauce, Professor, you know them was my guys too. So yeah, man, I think they definitely had the most influence on me during that time.
So I gotta ask. You said LeBron or Jordan.
I try to stay away from it, Larry. You know, I try to stay away from it, man. I gotta go with Brian just because he's what I know. You know what I'm saying? And I do my research, I do my due diligence, man, and you know, I go back and watch the hardwood classics like everybody else, and I watch the old school games, but I gotta say Brian, man. I got to.
Do you think LeBron gonna retire before the season start? That's the rumor now.
I don't think he gonna do it. I think he got two more in him. I think he got at least two more in him.
I don't
I
think
think he got
Savannah
two
agree
more
with
in him.
that, man. I don't think Savannah agree with that, man.
She want him gone. She
Yeah.
she want him go. She want him go. Hey, y'all
You want him
y'all
at the
done had
house.
my man. Y'all done had my man enough. It's
Hey, hey.
yeah, yeah, man.
Savannah
But I
says me
think
time.
man, but all his boys starting to retire too. So it's about that time. It's about that time. So yeah, man. I don't know. I give him two more. I think I want him to see. I think he wants to see himself like get Bryce to the league too, so he can have both of his sons in the league. I think that's kind of what he waiting on. I ain't there. I don't know, Larry.
I ain't gonna lie, that would be dope though, and I think that'll probably be the first
Yeah,
time ever a father and
ever
two sons. He already
two
got
sons.
Bronny, but two sons
So you know
and
he was the first one ever with Bronny as well to have
yeah,
them both in the league at the same time, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah,
yeah, man,
that would be dope though. Uh,
that'd be crazy.
you and both of your sons on the same team
It's
in the
wild,
NBA.
isn't it? It's wild, isn't it?
Yeah,
Talk about a legacy, man.
yeah. So, who your top NBA players of all time?
Top NBA players all time.
Top three.
top three, top three. I gotta go to big three, man. I gotta go Bron, MJ, and I gotta pay homage to Kobe, man. I got Kobe in my M3.
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely got Kobe up there. I don't think it's any like debate, honestly, to me personally. I think that's always been the big three. And I think like over time, then people start to like change it around, like, oh, okay, nah, now we gonna mix this up and all that. Nah, man. Kobe in there, Bron, obviously, MJ. Come on now. That's easy money.
So who you think gonna take the championship this year? They got a
I
lot
don't
of
know,
switch.
man.
They got a lot of
I
switch ups,
don't know.
man.
They got so many switch ups, man. So many switch ups. I don't even I couldn't even tell you, honestly. Like, I want to say, like, Dallas, they looking like they could do, Dallas looking like they could do a little something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I personally think, like, I think the Nuggets. I thought the Nuggets was gonna win it this year, honestly, and I wanted Westbrook to get his ring. Lord knows, I wanted Westbrook to get his ring because he's my favorite player. But yeah, man, I'm in favor of the Nuggets just because they got a good like core. They got a good
Hmm.
squad. They got a good core, and they got what they got. And they brought Bruce Brown back. I feel like that's why they lost this year. They ain't have Brucey B, and that I feel like that's kind of played a big part into it. But OKC, hey man, the
Yeah.
boys some killers, man. The
Yeah.
boys some
You
killers.
know,
Well,
over the years, man, it's like they was always getting there, but they didn't get over the hump until this year. They got over the hump this year and they got
yeah,
the ring.
they had to pay their dues. That's all that was. But they were so young though, so it was kind of one of them situations. You know, they had the chance when Westbrook and KD when they was there that 1 year. And obviously they should have won it that year. Golden State won it. Um, that's when Clay dropped like 60 that one game. You gotta take that on the chin, but that was back when I was an OKC fan. That was when Westbrook was in his prime for real. So
Yeah.
that's when I was feeling it. But yeah, man.
Yeah, Clay, he a shooter, man.
Hey man. He got to shoot a little something, you know. You see who he rocking with now. You
Yeah,
see he rocking
yeah,
with Meg now, so
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
What a
Hey,
coincidence. What a
you got,
coincidence.
hey man. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
But hey, Dame back in Portland, man. How you feel about that, man? It's Dame time again. You think he gonna retire there?
Yeah, he gonna have to, man. I don't see
Yeah.
why else he did it. I don't see why else he would have did it. I think like Dame, I feel like he finally, and it's just my opinion, but I feel like he finally like understand, not even understand, but I feel like he's given up on like trying to get a ring, honestly. So now he's ventured off. He went to the Bucks. That would have been a good situation, him and Giannis, you know, and it didn't work. So it's more of a situation where it's like, you know what? I already got a Hall of Fame legacy. Let me go ahead and go back home and go to a situation where I can cement that. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like a Mellow situation. Like Mellow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. hmm
So let's go back, man. What high school you played for?
Man, bro. So I went to three high schools throughout my 4 years. So I went to Chapin my freshman year, and I went to White Knoll for my sophomore and junior year, and I went to Gray Collegiate my senior year.
So at Gray, y'all won the state championship, man. What was that moment like?
Yeah. Man, it was it's hard to explain, man. It's a surreal feeling. Growing up, you know, obviously you go with your dad to the games, and obviously you see your older peers get there, and you know, peers that you look up to, and you see the things that they've done in the state championship. You know, obviously playing in the Colonial Life Arena. That's always been a huge goal of mine. So to actually do it and to set my goal at it at a young age and actually obtain it during that time, it was just a real feeling, man. It was amazing.
That's what's up. I gotta ask, man, what was your hype me up song before the game?
You know, I didn't really. So that's a lie. We danced before every game. We'd do the clap up circle, you know, everybody doing that, and I would always be the one in the middle dancing. Hype up songs, man. I really didn't have one back then. You know, 2020 was a weird year, man. Uh, I think that was back when Roddy Ricch had his moment going that album. So I would say probably like the box. I was like, better than the coupe and the lot. I think that was my vibe. I think that was my vibe around that time. So don't quote me on it, but I think that's around the time when that was my vibe.
Transitioning from high school to college, what was your first college you attend and why?
So so a lot of people didn't know, but I went to prep school right after grade. So initially coming out of Gray, I didn't have the Division 1 offers that I wanted to take. So I went to prep school for a year, and I was down at Jesus Christ, Central Point Academy. So it's down in Orlando. Um, that's when COVID hit. So obviously, coaches aren't able to come out no more. Everything's closed off. Now you got a closed circuit, and it was definitely a weird situation, especially in the beginning. Obviously, you know how COVID was and things of that nature. But I went there. It was great for me. I was one of the top leading guards in the country, averaging 26 a game. Um, had a situation where I was gonna commit to this one Division 1 school, and last minute it kind of fell through, which kind of led me to Gulf Coast State, which is obviously the JUCO that I attended.
Okay. I saw you in the gym hooping with former Gamecock hooper Sendarius Thornwell. What advice did he give you, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah. So Sendarius, he's known my grind for a couple years now. So I met Sendarius through the Met League, actually, the pro am that we play in here. Shouts out to Gavin, do a great job with that, man. But I met Sendarius through the Met League, and he's seen my grind, obviously being a JUCO baby, and then going to Division 1. He's seen the progress, and he's seen the growth that I've put in. So he's always been a stature in South Carolina when it comes to players, as far as being a big brother figure to younger players, and giving them advice, because obviously we want to get to the level that he's at, you know what I mean? So he does a great job of mentoring and giving advice, and pushing us to make sure we stand on track, and he's been nothing but amazing,
What highlight moment that stick with you forever that you'll never forget? It could be a dunk,
man.
a crossover.
Highlight moment I'll never forget. I went viral. All right, so I got a few. I got a few. I went viral my junior year of high school on overtime. Just went everywhere. Everybody went crazy over it. I hit a crazy like in-game windmill in game. I'm gonna have to show you the clip later. But it was a crazy in-game windmill when I was in AAU. Towards the end of the game, I mean it was a mean one too, and it went viral, man. So that was like my little first taste of going viral a little bit. When I was at Gray. I had a poster that was pretty good. We was playing against Christchurch, against John Butler. Yes, I'm still talking about it, John. You still my guy, man. You with the Bucks now. I love you though. I love you though. I dunked on y'all. To go to the state championship, did that against Christchurch. That was a mean poster. And I think the state championship game, I feel like my most memorable times in basketball, aside from this year, really, really having a great outing in a Division 1 setting. I think Gray Collegiate probably has my most memories. I still remember my last bucket of high school like very vividly. And it was a two-handed jam to win the state championship. Like we're up by 14. I get the game winning seal, punch, whole crowd's going crazy, because the arena's packed. Everybody in the Mets out there. So arena's going crazy, cameras everywhere, everybody screaming, families in the crowd. I think that's my most memorable moment out of everything. I still remember it like crazy vividly. People still repost it on Instagram and all that good stuff. So that was definitely a amazing feeling. Very surreal.
What drives you to continue improving your game?
I think just understanding the goal, you know what I mean? I'm very big on spirituality. God is a huge factor in me and my family's lives, you know what I mean? And it's more of a situation of, hey, I blessed you with these talents. I feel like it would be disrespectful to him for me not to enhance that, to magnify his glory at the highest level possible. So that's what wakes me up every morning. You know, I've been underrated my whole career. You know, if any door shut, you know, that means I kick down another one. You know what I mean? And that's how I go about my day. That's how I go about my life. And that's if anybody ask you, or if anybody were to tell you about me, that would be the first thing that they said is, man, he's a workaholic. Cause you know that's just, and you know, being from South Carolina, you know, that's how you have to be. You know, you have to be a dog because nothing is given to us. You know what I mean? So that's definitely a situation, like that's how why I am the way I am.
What role does mental toughness play in basketball?
It's everything. You know, you can see a lot of guys get burnt out, you know. Throughout my whole career, I've seen a lot of peers and a lot of comrades who are ranked so high and have done so many great things, they get burnt out just from the mental game. Like, hey, I can't do it no more, man. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? And it's easy to give into that, you know. So I definitely feel like not just having mental toughness, but having mental awareness and having mental health to understand where you're coming from, and hey, sometimes, hey, I need a rest, or conversations like that. I feel like that plays a huge role into making sure you keep on going on. So
What's one thing you wish fans understood about the game of basketball about being a player?
I think fans, and it's easy to get caught up in being a fan. Because, you know, even as players, we do it to higher level players. So, you know, we're watching the finals. Man, why would you make that pass? You know what I mean? But you really don't understand the game until you're playing it. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
you hear coaches say it all the time, like you're the ones out there. Like, I can't see what you see. I can only see from the outside looking in. You know what I mean? So I definitely think giving players grace. Now that doesn't mean like, hey, if he messing up, hey, I'm all for it. Hey, you can get on him all for it. But you know, I definitely think having some grace and understanding that they're humans too. I think that's the biggest knock on athletes. I think people just don't think that they're humans. Like, yeah, we people, man. Like, we people. Like, we the same people you is. We just have a different profession. You know what I mean? So I
Man,
I, I think that's the biggest thing, honestly.
like the Ron Artest situation.
Yeah, yeah, man, and it's plenty of those, man. There's plenty
Yeah,
of situation like that gets swept under the rug. So you mean like it's countless? You know what I mean?
yeah, like you said, we human. You know what I'm
That's
saying? Like,
it.
one, you ain't gonna talk to me any kind of way, and you ain't
Any
gonna you
kind of
ain't, you
way,
ain't gonna
man.
throw nothing at me. Like, hey,
Absolutely
I may be
not,
a
man.
hooper, but hey,
And
I can
it's
throw
a
these
lot of
hands
play. There's
too.
a lot of players. There's a lot of players that stand on that. You know what I'm saying? Westbrook, he's a big one. He don't play none of that, man. Giannis, he don't play none of that. So you know, it's countless, man. And you know, us South Carolina boys, you know, we ain't going. We ain't going. So
For real, bro.
you know,
I ain't playing, bro.
yeah, man. You know we. Well, yeah, man. I think that's the biggest thing, honestly.
What's your legacy goal? What do you want to be remembered for in basketball?
You know, that's a great question. I get asked that a lot. I just want to be the guy who is the most exciting, like the most exciting. I like to bring a crowd. I like to put on a show. You know, basketball is a game. Obviously, you there to win, and obviously there's a job to do, and you know there's a goal to set. But I like to get people off their feet. You know what I'm saying? I like to put on a show, and I think for that aspect, I want to be like one of the most exciting players in like concrete that have ever like come through South Carolina. Like, and I want to continue building that legacy, um, as far as that aspect, and being one of the best players that have come through South Carolina, you know. I think that having that concrete legacy is an amazing footstone to have, as far as reputation wise.
Dunk contest. I see you throw it off the backboard, throw it off the wall. Yeah, man, you probably throw it off the ceiling if you could. I mean,
Hey, man.
what's your favorite
Hey,
dunk and why?
oh man. Well, that was when I was young, man. I was real young. I was real young then. Them was real fresh knees. You know, they said once you get to college, they said the bounce start to deteriorate a little bit. But the East Bay was probably my best one. That's probably my favorite one. But my signature is the windmill because I do my windmill different. If you can see it, so I jump off my right leg and I windmill with my right leg as well. Windmill with my right hand. So it's real unorthodox. So that's kind of my thing. That's what everybody knows me for as far as dunking wise, like the awkward windmill. So
What advice would you give a younger version of yourself?
advice I would give to a younger version of myself, just keep going, man. Just stay locked in. I wouldn't change a thing, honestly. When it comes to my path, I wouldn't change anything. I would just tell my younger self to stay locked in and if anything, try to work even harder. You know what I mean? Obviously, nothing's given to you. I would explain that it's not gonna be easy. And if anything, I would try to convince myself that it was harder than it was, just so I would work even harder. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And that I feel like that's the biggest thing.
But T. Watson, man, I appreciate you for coming to Chill and Vibe. But before we go, let everybody know what we doing, man.
Come on, you know we ain't doing nothing but chilling and vibing, man.
Appreciate you, man.
Already.